I'm very excited. To Beirut with love. It's my love letter to Beirut. I'm so happy and excited that the foreign minister of Saudi Arabia has made an official trip to Beirut, to Lebanon. Prince Faisal bin Farhan's visit is the first to Lebanon by a foreign minister in over 15 years. And it comes on the back of Lebanon appointing its first elected president in over 2 years, Joseph Aon, and a new prime minister, Nawaf Salam, who was a diplomat and former head of the International Court of Justice. And it's so important. I mean, yes, when Lebanon did put pressure and say things about Saudi Arabia on TV, it was the Lebanese foreign minister, that's when things really went cold. Like, yes, there's been strained relations between Saudi and Lebanon, particularly because of his tensions had been increasing for years. But in 2021, when you had some direct kind of criticism of Saudi's foreign policy, the diplomatic kind of relations froze to some degree, as well as economic ties and trade between the two countries. So at the moment, the fact that Faisal bin Farhan was in Lebanon, he's also planning on meeting, or if he hasn't already, meeting Speaker Nabih Berri. He's also going to speak to outgoing caretaker Prime Minister Najib, and reestablishing and rekindling the diplomatic relations between the two countries. Saudi Arabia is part of a few countries, the US, France, Egypt, and Qatar, who have worked to install a new Lebanese president since the vacuum appeared 2 years ago. And since then, you've had some really interesting statements by investors thinking about going into Lebanon and rekindling the economy. Alwaleed bin Talal announcing on the 14th of January that he intends to reconstruct and reopen the Four Seasons in Beirut by the end of the year, praising what he called a new era in Lebanon. You had some UAE investors also talking about going in and investing, and I think the Emirati embassy reopened for the first time in a couple of years as well. So the economy looks like it's on its way to recovery. Diplomatic relations with the Gulf are improving, and this is great news. Everybody in the Gulf loves Beirut. I don't know if you've ever been, but I love Beirut. And so I'm so excited about the potential of really just finding a Lebanon that's more stable. And as Prince Faisal bin Farhan said, kind of giving it the opportunity to reestablish itself in its actual, what did he say? Let me just find the quote. Yes. And so what's exciting is also, in his visit, Prince Faisal bin Farhan was hopeful that the economic reforms would boost confidence in Lebanon's partners and open up the space for the country to, quote, regain its rightful place in the Arab and international spheres.
So good. Lebanon is so back. I mean, like a new era in Lebanon. It's so good to see this. To answer your question, I've not ever been to Lebanon, but I've been watching it from afar as like studying a situation that has like no hope and like increasingly less hope over time. And that meant a lot to my Saudi friends who used to vacation there or visit there or had familial ties there. So I'm always like kind of like rooting for them, but it just felt like there was just like, it was just like on a downward spiral forever, right? Currency crisis after currency crisis, so it's just so
turmoil.
Political turmoil, yeah, which is basically an understatement. And it's just so good to see this.